Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Oh, I'm so excited, because I bought myself a little something. I got myself some Furl Crochet hooks from Anna's Got a Crochet Too on Etsy. And I want to show them to you today. So this is like a combo video. I want to do some basic crochet stitches with you for the beginners, to show my hooks and to show you some basic stitches, and then we're going to talk about Warm Up America, so as you're practicing your stitches you can make blocks to send to Warm Up America to make a difference with your art. So let's get busy. I don't know if you guys are like me, but I lose hooks all the time. All the time. I never have like a complete set. Maybe between the two, so I'll have a complete set. But I don't even know where the pouch is for these. Or this. This was the first set I ever bought, and there was 4 in this set, and there was an L hook, which was my favorite hook, and I've lost it over the years. I find them all over the house. I do. The Susan Bates, which are these. As far as like a beginner, I like them. I like this, what I call like this sharp edge, this sharp hook. Let's see if you can see that one better against my, against my skin tone. You can see that sharp hook, right, on these Susan Bates. And then I picked up these Boyle. I don't like these at all because they're round. See that hook? It doesn't catch things. Things slide off all the time because that hook's not sharp enough for the way that I crochet. So I'm really, really not a fan of these. But I've also noticed that people who crochet have quite the selection of crochet hooks. So the K and L I use the most, and then the J. And so because I lose them, my J hook is gone in this set. My J and K are gone in this set. I have a J and a K in this set. Who knows for how long. And I think another thing too is just because they're so small, they roll under stuff so easily. So I'm constantly buying new crochet hooks. Then I thought, well, maybe if I spend some money on my crochet hooks, I will treat them more near and dear. And I will keep them put up. And so on Etsy at Anna's Got Crochet, or Anna's Got a Crochet Too, she has them in all sizes. These are resin. The J and the K hook are resin, and then the L hook is teak. And they range in price that I got from $17.45 to $21.95. Anna herself, the store owner, is amazing. If you have any questions, she is quick to reply. Love her dearly, and I probably will be ordering also the G through I hooks from her in the near future. But I really wanted to share these with you today, crochet some stuff with you today, and we'll talk about a couple of things. I will put the information for these hooks in the description box below, and let's do some things. Let's do some things with these hooks in this video. I'm going to start with my J hook, and I'm going to start with some Big Twist value, because everybody knows I love me some Big Twist, and then we're going to move over to some Big Twist Classic. The big twist value is a medium worsted weight 4 yarn. And I'm going to show you some stitches, 4 different stitches that you as a beginner can practice. And as you're practicing them, you have a place you can donate them to make a difference. And that's called Warming Up America. So let's start with the basics for crocheting a single crochet stitch with a medium worsted weight yarn and a J hook. Almost all of your crochet starts with a slip knot. And to make a slip knot, there's many ways. This is my way. I take this string and I wrap it around my finger, and there's a crisscross. And then I take it off my finger, and at the top of the cross there, I take the top of the tail, and I push it into the loop, and I bring it up, and that is a slip knot. And that's how you're going to start. And then you're almost always going to start with a chain. And so we're going to chain about 10 just for the sake of practice. And so you'll put your slip knot on your hook, and you'll grab your yarn with your hook and pull it through that slip knot, leaving your yarn on your hook, and that's a chain. And so you'll grab your yarn and pull it through the loop that's on your hook, and there's a chain. And it's real easy. And you can just practice and make as many chains as you want until you get comfortable with that motion of grabbing the yarn and pulling it through the loop that's on your hook, and grabbing the yarn and pulling it through the loop that's on your hook. And if you make a chain of 100, all you gotta do is pull it back out, back down to your slip knot, and you can do it again, and you can do it again, you can do it again, and you can practice that chaining. So there we go. Step 1. You just learned how to chain. So I want you to chain 10. So from your slip knot that's on your hook, grab your yarn and pull it through. That's 1. Grab your yarn and pull it through the loop that's on your hook. That's 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. So there's a chain of 10. And this is just for the sake of practice for a single crochet. So you'll have your number 10 chain. This one here is still on your hook because there's the loop. So we're going to leave that on there. We're not going to do anything with that. We're going to start our single crochet in our next chain that we did. So that's this loop here. That's your number 9 chain right here. So take your hook and go into that chain that we just made. Put your hook in there, grab your yarn and pull it through that chain, and now you have 2 loops on your hook, and you can grab your yarn and pull it through both of those loops, leaving 1 loop on your hook, and that's a single crochet. Let's do it again. We're going to go into the number 8 chain, which is right here, and so we're going to put our hook in that chain, and we're going to grab our yarn, we're going to pull it through that chain, and that's going to leave 2 loops on our hook, and then we're going to grab our yarn and we're going to pull it through both of those loops, and that's a single crochet. And then we're going to go into our next chain, our 7 chain, and put our hook in that chain and grab our yarn and pull it through, and grab the yarn and pull it through both of those loops that are on our hook, and that's a single crochet. So you see what we're doing? We're going to do it into the next chain. That's right here. and we're gonna grab our loop, pull it up, 2 loops on our hook, grab our yarn, pull it through both of those loops, and put our hook into our next chain, and grab our yarn and pull it through that chain, leaving the loop on our hook, and that's 2 loops on our hook, grab our yarn and pull it through both. See, we're making all of these single crochets going down our chain. We're going to go into our next chain and then grab our yarn, pull it through, and we'll go into our next chain, grab our yarn, pull it through, 2 loops on our hook, grab our yarn and pull it through, and moving on down to our next chain. You see the repetition here, and I'm just going to the end of my chain so I can show you how to go to your next row. I've got 2 more chains. And here's my last chain, so it'll be my last stitch. Doing your first row is kind of the hardest. So now I have put a single crochet in each one of my chains, so I should have 9 because we did a chain of 10. We left that last one on our hook and went to the chain before, so we started in chain number 9. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we are. So now we're at the end of our row that we did of single crochet, and we're gonna do another row, and it's called turning our work. So we're gonna turn our work, and so to do that we're gonna grab our yarn, pull it through the loop that's on our hook, and a chain 1, and then just grab your work and just flip it over. So we're gonna be working on the back side, and then from our chain 1 that we did, here's our first stitch, and we're going to put our hook in that first stitch. It's not a chain anymore, it's a stitch. And so you'll see your stitch has a front loop and a back loop. See there? And grab your yarn and pull it up, and you'll have 2 loops on your hook. Grab your yarn and pull it through both, and we just did a single crochet in, or on the top of, the single crochet stitch below it. Let's do that again. Here's our next stitch, this spot right here. We'll put our hook in that stitch, grab our yarn and pull it through. We'll have 2 loops on our hook, grab our yarn, pull it through both of those loops like that, and that's a single crochet. And I'm going to put my hook back in this stitch because I have these 2 front loop and a back loop, those 2 loops. I'm gonna grab my yarn, pull it through, 2 loops on my hook, grab my yarn, pull it through both of those, single crochet. And I'm just gonna do that into all of these stitches, moving back down my practice. Easy peasy. And that is how you do a single crochet. Your first few rows can be a challenge, a little difficult, because there's not a whole lot to hold on to as you're working your stitches, and so it's because it's small, it almost kind of feels like it's wanting to roll and curl, and so it is. And there we are, and I have reached the end of my practice run here, and it'd be time to chain 1 and turn my work and go back into that very first stitch that we just did a chain 1 on and make another row. And it's all about just practicing your rows. And so speaking of practicing rows, so here's an example of single crochet, and I did this in a 7x9 with my Furl J hook here. And what I'm doing with these are 7 by 9 because that is the donation size that is requested by Warm Up America. And what Warm Up America does is they ask for donations of crochet rectangles, 7 by 9 rectangles, and you send them to their center in Texas, and they crochet and sew them together to make afghans or blankets or scarves, and they send them all over the country to people in need. And it could be women's shelters or nursing homes or children's hospitals, veterans homes, churches, Red Cross, who knows? Who knows? And I can't think of a better way to learn how to do your single crochet than to make a 7 by 9 rectangle and then possibly donate it to Warming Up America. So for this block that I did, this 7 by 9, it's a chain of 24 and it's 32 rows. And that's the tension that I crochet by to make it a 7 by 9 with my J hook. So there we have single crochet. Let's do double crochet. And now I'm done with that practice run. I'm just going to rip it out. And I'm still going to, because I'm still using the worsted weight yarn, the number 4 medium, I'm going to continue to use the J hook for this double crochet. And we're going to start the same with a slip knot. So you're going to take the tail of your work, take it around your finger to where it makes a crisscross or an X on your finger, and take the tail part of the crisscross and push it up into the circle that was around your finger and pull down, and there's your slip knot. Easy peasy. And same, we're going to chain. We know how to chain now. We did that. So we're going to chain 10 just for sake of example. And so I'm going to grab my yarn and pull it through the loop that's on my hook, and that's 1 chain, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I have 10 chains on my hook. And like last time, this last chain is on my hook. So we're going to start in the chain next to it, and I'm going to, for a double crochet, take our yarn over our hook like this. We'll go to our next chain, which is here. We'll put our hook in that chain, grab our yarn, pull it through. So now we have 3 loops on our hook. Grab our yarn, pull it through 2. And grab our yarn and pull it through 2, and that leaves 1 loop on our hook. Double crochet. So put your yarn over your hook, go into your next chain right here, grab your yarn and pull it through. You have 3 loops on your hook. Disregard my phone buzzing. And grab your yarn, pull it through 2 of those loops, and grab your yarn and pull it through 2 of those loops. Double crochet right here, and we got 1 loop on our hook. Let's do it again. Yarn over, go into the chain, grab your yarn, pull it through 3 loops on your hook, grab your yarn, pull it through 2, grab your yarn, pull it through 2, and there's your double crochets. Don't fret it. Keep practicing it. Yarn over your hook, go into your chain, grab your yarn and pull it through 3 loops on your hook, grab your yarn, pull through 2, grab your yarn, pull it through 2. This is what my first time crocheting looked like. Go ahead, laugh if you want to. I did. Let's continue. Put yarn over your hook. Put your hook into that next chain. Grab your yarn, pull it through. 3 loops on your hook. Grab your yarn, pull through 2. Grab your yarn, pull through 2. Picking up speed now. Are you catching on? Put your yarn over your hook and go into your next chain. Grab your yarn, pull it up, 3 loops on your hook, grab your yarn, go through 2, grab your yarn, go through 2, going into my next chain. And I'm going into my final chain. Now if you find that you chain too tightly, what you can do is do your chain with a larger hook. So go up a size, do your chain with your K hook, and then do your crocheting with your J hook. And that will make a little bit bigger chain, easier for you to start out in until you get used to making your chains looser. There's a tip from me to you. So I just went into my last chain and did a double crochet, and there we are. There's our first row. And I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to flip my work over, so I'm now on the back side, and I'm going to start my next row by putting my yarn over my hook, going into that first stitch or last stitch that we just made. Grab my yarn, pull it up, 3 loops on my hook, grab my yarn and pull through 2, grab my yarn and pull through 2. Yarn over and go into my next and work my way down my stitches, because we're done with our chain and we're working in the top 2 loops here to make double crochets on the top of our first row of double crochets. And there's 2 rows of double crochet. And this is my double crochet that I did for my 7x9 square for Warm Up America. And this is 24 chain by 17 rows. Just to give you an idea, and that's based on the tension that I crochet with. So that's double crochet. We're going to move over to the number 5 bulky weight of the Joann's Classic, or the Joann's Big Twist Classic, and I'm going to move up to my K hook, and I'm going to show you a half double crochet. So let's make our slip knot. You got this now, right? We've done this with 2 other practice runs. So we've got our slip knot. You guys know how to chain, and so let's just chain 10 real quick. And here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Alright, we've got our chain of 10 for our practice run. And we're going to do a half double crochet. So it's very much like the double crochet we just did. So we have our last chain on our hook, and here's the chain next to it, and that's what we're going to work in. We're going to put our yarn over our hook, and we're going to go into the chain next to the chain that our hook is in, and we're going to grab our yarn and pull it up, and we've got 3 loops on our hook, just like a double crochet, and we're going to grab our yarn and we're pulling it through all 3 and back up. That easy. Yarn over your hook, go into your next chain, grab your yarn, pull your yarn through, 3 loops on your hook, grab your yarn, pull it through all 3. Half double crochet. Let's do it again. Yarn over, go into your next chain, grab your yarn, pull it up, 3 loops on your hook, grab your yarn, pull it through all 3. This is a really fast stitch for me. Yarn over, go into your next chain, grab your yarn, pull it through, 3 loops on your hook, grab your yarn, pull through all 3. yarn over, go into your next chain. You got this, right? This is the easy one. This stitch does fly for me. Grab your yarn, pull through 3, yarn over, go into your next chain, grab your yarn, 3 loops on your hook, grab your yarn, pull through all 3, yarn over, go into your next chain, pull through 3. Coming up here on the end of our chain, and we're going to do the same like we did. We're going to chain up 1 and turn our work. And there's some versatility to the half double crochet that I want to show you. So I'm on my last chain, and I pulled up a loop, and I'm going to drag through all 3, and then I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to turn my work, and there's our half double crochet. Now before, when we were working in the top, we would go through our stitches, our front and back loop. The half double crochet has 3. There's this one, and then here's your 2, here's your front and back, but there's 1 extra stitch right here. So it actually has 3, 1, 2, and 3. And this is where your versatility comes in. So we did our chain 1, we turned our work, and we're going to do a half double crochet right here in our very first stitch. We're going to yarn over, and we're going to go into, here's our 2 stitches, right? And we're going to grab our yarn, pull it through, 3 loops on the hook, and pull our yarn through all 3 loops. And let's do it again. So let's yarn over, and let's go into those 2 stitches like we would normally on our crocheting. Grab our yarn and pull it through, and we have 3 loops on our hook. Grab our yarn and pull through all 3. But if you look, we have this little bump here, this row here, and it gives a design. So where your double crochet looks like this, your half double crochet leaves a ridge. See that? If you don't want the ridge, when you are on your front side of your work, when you yarn over, you can roll your work up, and you can go through the first 2 stitches, the one that's on the front and your first stitch, and leave this stitch behind and bring it up, pull through all 3, and now there's no ridge there. So there's a ridge in front of those that we did, and then there's not in front of this one. And we'll do it again so I can show you. I'm going to go into the front, the first 2 of the 3 loops that are there. So we have a ridge, and there's no ridge. And then I can yarn over and then go through the 2nd and 3rd loop, pull my yarn through, pull through all 3. I can do that a couple of times. And now my ridge is back. So I have a ridge and no ridge and a ridge. So you can see how you can decorate your work with a texture in your pattern just by alternating between the 3 loops that you have, because you pull through all 3 and you make yourself the 3 loops on there. And so then we get to the end of the half double crochet, pull through all 3 and chain 1, turn our work, and we start over again. And so this is half double crochet here. And for this to make a 7x9 square, it was a chain of 22, and it was 23 rows using a chunky yarn, and number 9, it's not chunky, bulky, no, a yeah, a number 5 bulky yarn and a K hook. And there's half double crochet. There's one more stitch I want to show you as a beginner stitch, and I'm going to just pull this out, and I'm going to continue to use this number 5 bulky for the next stitch, and I'm going to use my L hook, my Furl L hook for this, and I'm going to make a slip knot. I'm going to chain 10. You guys know this. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And the same before, I have this loop on my hook that's tied to this chain right here, so I'm going to work in the chain next to it, which is this one right here, and we're going to do a triple or a treble crochet. And to do that, we're going to go around our hook once and twice. So it looks like we have 3 loops on our hook. And then we're going to take our hook into that chain, like we have done with all of our stitches, and grab our yarn and pull it through that chain, like we've done with all of our stitches. And now we have 4 loops on our hook. So we're going to grab our yarn and pull through 2 of those loops. So now we have 3 loops on our hook. We're going to grab our yarn and pull through 2 of those loops. We got 2 loops on our hook. We're going to grab our yarn and pull through 2. So we did a treble crochet or triple. Yarn over twice. Go into your next chain. Grab your yarn, pull it through that chain. 4 loops on your hook. Grab your yarn, pull through 2. Grab your yarn, pull through 2. Grab your yarn, pull through 2. Treble crochet. Let's do it again. Go around your hook twice. Go to your next chain. Put your hook in that chain. Grab your yarn, pull it through. You got 4 loops on your hook. Grab your yarn, pull through 2. Grab your yarn, pull through 2. Grab your yarn, pull through 2. Treble crochet. Yarn over your hook twice. Go into your next chain. Grab your yarn, pull that up on your hook. 4 loops on your hook. Grab your yarn, pull through 2. Grab your yarn, pull through 2. Grab your yarn, pull through 2. Treble crochet. Let's do that again. Go around your hook twice. Go into your next chain. Grab your yarn, pull it through that chain. 4 loops on your hook. Grab your yarn, pull through 2. Grab your yarn, pull through 2. Grab your yarn, pull through 2. Treble crochet. Let's finish out this chain that we made. Here's our last chain. Pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. And there's our first row of treble crochet. And we're going to do exactly the same. We're going to chain 1. We're going to turn our work. we're going to go twice around our hook, just like that. Go back into our chain that we just did the chain 1 in. Go back into there. Grab your yarn, pull up, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Over twice. Go into our next stitch. Pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Go around our hook twice. Go into our next stitch. There's one in the front, one in the back. There's our stitch. Grab your yarn, pull it up. Grab your yarn, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Twice around your hook. Go into your stitch. Grab your yarn, pull through 2. Grab your yarn, pull through 2. Grab your yarn, pull through 2. Just like that. Into your next stitch. In the style that I crochet in, because I really tried to learn this way, this like sewing stitch way. Not for me. I'm still practicing that, but I hold mine like a pencil, and this big old hook and the way it rolls makes my hands feel so much better. It just rolls so easy, and they're so light. And there's my second row of treble crochet that I did with a chunky yarn, with my L hook, my teak L hook. And this is my square, my 7x9 square for Warm Up America. And it is a chain of 20 and 10 rows to make a 7x9. So there you can see there's what a swatch of triple crochet looks like. Here's a swatch of half double crochet. Here's one side, and here's the other side. Here's a swatch of double crochet, and here is my swatch of single crochet. And I just wanted, that's where it was tied together from the factory. So I have this little poof that I gotta sew in. But that is using Big Twist worsted weight medium yarn and Big Twist classic bulky 5, using my furl hook in a J, K, and an L. Because crocheting is easier for me with these awesome hooks, I really can't wait to start making these little panels to send to Warm Up America. And then somewhere across the US, someone's going to have a blanket or an afghan or something that's got my square in it. And I have helped to make a change with my art, with my crocheting. Hey, if you like these kind of videos, please like and subscribe. I'll make sure I put it in a playlist so it's easier for you to find. And I hope this basic instruction on your basic, 4 basic crochet stitches helps you grow your craft. And remember, be peaceful, be kind, it's important. Try something new today. Who knows, you might like it. Talk to you soon.